big welcome to you, Gemini. The moon is again in your sign, and the sun now is in Capricorn. And Capricorn, as we know, is the devil, is in the tarot, that dark side, right? And for me, the devil is not something that's masculine. It's actually feminine. It's the yin. It's the yin aspect of our lives. It's the earth. It's being fertile, right? It's allowing us to go into the darkness. It's allowing us to actually witness what does the dark do to us, because only in the dark we can see the light, right? Now, in the Hermetic Tarot, of course, we again have incredible amount of information, sometimes almost a little bit of an overload, right? We don't really know what to do with all of this, right? But very clearly, just to give you a few points, because you know I keep repeating myself, but there's new people coming, so those who are with me, bear with me or jump forward. I will start putting maybe a time when the actual reading is starting, but nevertheless, there's always new information coming in for me, and I just want you to really be familiar with where the sun is, right? Right now, you don't know what Capricorn means, Gemini. You are this beautiful lovers and all this kind of the light, right? Your light, this is an earth element. This is heavy, right? So what does earth and air do together, right? So the combination that we can see in these cards is what makes the day so special, right? And that's why I actually do the readings on a day where the moon, the emotional side, this inner longing is in each of the zodiac signs, right? That's how I can make the readings. Every 2 or 3 days the moon is switching sign, but the sun is for 1 month in the sign of Capricorn right now, and the pentagram being pointing downwards means it's heavy, it's going down, the energy. Sometimes people interpreted that as something negative, right? And it is not. It's the church that's trying to give us, it's almost like a father that's telling us, if you don't do this, then this will happen. And it's we grew up with having praise or having fear as that motivation to work or to do something, and we gotta change that, right? We gotta look at this from a different perspective, because have a look at the horns. Those are which give us an access to a higher consciousness, to a spiritual growth. And then of course the church was like, all right, let's bind them, right? Let's chain them to this darkness, which in a way we are chained to this celestial movements. And now it's the darkest month, right? Opposite Capricorn is Cancer, the brightest month there is. So there is this dark, and over there it's this bright light, right? It's these two opposite, yin and yang, again and again. So this is the Hermetic Tarot. Then of course Rider-Waite was in that order, right, in the Golden Dawn, and he made his own interpretation of the cards, and he again painted, of course, interesting enough, the head is the constellation of Capricorn, right? Very fascinating the way they drew it. Then here they are attached, right? They're completely attached to this heaviness, to a goat, to a god, a Greek god, Pan, right, for me. Then they grew the tail before opposite, when this card is similar, is in the lovers, right? We're gonna get there in a minute. They are separate. They are not have grown a tail. Then we have Aleister Crowley, of course, he as well. He drew this bizarre world around him, right? The tree of life. It's, for me, it looks like a penis, right? And then the ring of Saturn over here. The horns, again, in the spiral, very clearly in this DNA spiral. But here as well, they go upwards, right? Here he painted them going downwards. It's almost like saying it's the sun is going down, but we receive up from higher consciousness the energy. Now this, because it's the darkest month, is a feminine month, and I really like how this person, the Mystic Mondays Tarot, I wrote it down in the description below, is giving us the opportunity to walk into our reptilian brain, but we are also able to walk out of the reptilian brain. Her hair is that dark night, right? The 21st of December, we had the longest night and the shortest day, and that's when apparently Jupiter and Saturn moved into Aquarius. But oh boy, it didn't really happen, because there are different schools, right? One school goes, or like, imagine a clock, and you have the big pointer to 12 o'clock, and the little one points to, let's say, 1 o'clock, so it's 1 o'clock. And the differences of the school, one is the tropical and the other one is the sidereal astrology, and the tropical goes with the small one, right, with the small circle, and it's kind of like limited, and it's bound by just a system that's constantly fixed, right? It's to a fixed star. Now here in the sidereal, they go to a star that's out in the universe and say, well, the Earth is spinning around its axis, right, for something like 25,800 years, divided through 12 makes 2,150 years approximately, where the sun is going through a big shift. Not just 1 month it's in Capricorn, it's 2,150 years in Capricorn, right? With this big pointer, right? That's the sidereal, that's the star astrology, right? Not the tropical, not the small circle. Now, they say it hasn't moved yet into Aquarius. It's still, the two planets are still in Capricorn. So it's very important that we understand that we have a path to the reptilian, but we also have a path out of the reptilian, right? And of course it's red. It's the first chakra, because the card number 15 is the first of the higher evolved steps towards enlightenment, towards the world, which is then card number 21. And the horns white, the face white, the lips dark, very clear, right? We can see there is something magic happening in this card, and she really made it beautiful the way she shows us. Now, of course, mine again is the dancer, is the god Pan, Greek god Pan, and I like to show you that we're bound to a celestial game of light and dark, right? Of dark and green lush. The god Pan is of course connected to the wild, to the nature, to the sheep, to all of that. When we're outside of the city, we can see the stars, we can see what's happening up there, and we start becoming sensitive, right? So it's not always that the farmers are sometimes more spiritual than the people in the city, right? Because they're so connected to the greens, to the growing of the crops, right? We have these parcels. They sometimes look up when we look down from the airplane, like a checkboard, right? And then of course red, always connected to this first chakra, to an emotional boundness, right? We are bound emotionally to a sexual, to the love. Of course, if it's a heart, then it's a higher love. It's not just a sexual desire that is like rising like these flames here in the male, right? He grew a tail and she has a tail of clearly the fruit. And this is where we are bound to a sexual energy, an emotional energy of a partner that we desire, that we want. And you, of course, as the lover, right, you are the one that is saying, I'm searching for my other half. Now, it's not just that you're searching for another half. This is the magical number 6, and then the magical number 6, right? The church was trying to give us, making this the number of the beast, because this is also the number 6, right? 15, it's also a number 6. So it's not really that the 666, which a lot of people want to believe, is this beast, is this negativity. No, it's actually a very powerful number because it connects us to the hexagram. And the hexagram in this picture here with you is giving us, first of all, you see here Andromeda being chained to a rock, right? Again, being attached to this existence where we are connected to a material, earthly, physical heaviness, right? And then Perseus is coming in and cutting with his sword this woman free, because she's being chained to a rock. And why is she chained to a rock, right? Because they want to give her to this sea serpent or this sea dragon, which is of course Kundalini, which is of course sexuality, which is then again of course that emotional sexual connection that we form to the opposite side, right? Otherwise we wouldn't even be, we would be like, right, who are you over there, right? Why the white is not seeing the dark and the dark is not seeing the white, right? So this is in the Hermetic Tarot. He is liberating her, right? He is freeing her with the sword. The sword is the male, is that third eye, is that inner clear connection. So he's liberating her, is freeing her. Now, of course, rider waite, we know, right? Male conscious, female subconscious, higher conscious. They look at each other. And now, of course, as you can see, right, here they're chained, here they're standing in front of the tree of fire, of sexuality, and in front of the tree with the snake and with the fruit. And of course, it's like here, it looks like apples, right? Here, it looks more like grapes, or then the pomegranate, right? Which is so famous in the countries of Israel and all this, Pakistan and all these countries over there, right? That's their apple. And the pomegranate is like, has a lot of little seeds, and it's red, and it's very delicious and very rich in energy, right? So for them now to be attached, right, to come to this place, right, Gemini, and then of course in between is Sagittarius, where the two have become just an alchemical transformation between the two of cups, right? The male and the female, and the water and the fire, which you will see in a minute in your card. Then we have, of course, Aleister Crowley calls it the sacred marriage. It is a marriage between the yin and the yang, between the moon and the sun, right? We can see the dark and the light. She is a dark lady with an inner white child, and he is a white with an inner dark child. And it is again the hermit, because hermit and Gemini are ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is communication, is commerce, or depending if it's with Gemini, it has different attributions than with Virgo, right? So he's giving us a clear awareness of this great marriage, right? This great connection that is happening here. And now the last one again, Mystic Monday, she drew flamingos, right, with the 6 petals, palm tree, but there's a 7th coming out, right, rising up to the sky. And so we can see there is this we look at ourselves, and it's this first kiss, right? There's this beautiful saying that in the tantric wheel of life, or the 6th card, or the lovers, is when they kiss, when they embrace, that you actually for the first time encounter through the self someone else, right? And so I painted this card new, right? You Geminis know I had it a little bit more different, but now at this time I drew a rose, right, between the king pigeon, and again, pigeons stay together. I'm not sure flamingos stay together, swans stay together, ducks stay together. A lot of these birds, right, they stay together for a long time, so that's why also they are used, because it's air. It needs to be a bird for you, for the lovers, right? It cannot be any other pose. So I picked the king pigeon because it's also ripping you up open, because you're reaching back to your toe, which means you are connected to the hands, right? Everything is coming out of the hands. And so when, of course, we do this, it's like there is this clear, but when we now grab our foot, right, imagine you reaching back, and of course you need to have your hips open equally, your sexual energy, which is then here the red triangle, the fire. But I drew the fire pointing down because it is lava, even though it's the smoke goes up, it's just smoke and the flames, but truly the lava, when it comes up, it's coming from below. And then the water I drew in such a way, the triangle, that it is waves, and then the clouds, and I'm gonna draw here the clouds going up, right? And here the drops, or the ocean, and then here the flames going out, and here the lava, right? So imagine you reaching back. To get there, you need to really open up. You need to open up, right? And it's an intense moment because your hips are open, your heart is open, and this is the powerful connection to the Gemini, to the lovers. You need to be absolutely fully open to receive another human being, to be able to say, I want to be with you. Nevertheless, right? First, you need to be with yourself. You need to find your soulmate within you first. Okay. So, I'm having more and more cards, but I like to talk about them because they give me an awareness about you. So that's how I can draw the cards, right? And I do this, of course, I give these readings for free, all right? Sometimes I sit here for an hour, then I need to edit, and then I need to post it, and it's work. But I do this for myself so that I can actually draw my own tarot deck, as you can see, right, with the yoga poses. So if you're born between May 10th to June 9th, you are the classical Knight of Swords, right? Here with the wings, with the 6-pointed star, again, the hexagram, right? Then, of course, Rider-Waite, you are pressing forward. You want to look for that sword. You want to go for this consciousness. Then Rider-Waite, he's almost like a propeller flying over the lake. You know, you can see here the little birds flying with him. That's how fast you are, because you are fire and air. All the nights are connected to fire. Then I have a new card here. This is Father of the Swords in the South, and this is the Knight of Swords, right? But he will become a father, right? And as you can see, he holds here, this is the Egyptian Re, right? The Egyptian god that brought down all the knowledge, right? He holds the Ankh in his hand, clearly. And this from Mystic Monday, a little bit more modern, the triangle. He's holding the sword, and he's definitely, I'm not so into these cards, right? The other cards I really like, because they somehow, you know, not all of them from Mystic Monday I like, right? But nevertheless, I want you to see them. So you are a flower, as you can see, right? I have you here. So you the element air. And of course, in the plant kingdom, you are the flower. Then on your days, it's always light, right? Today we had a beautiful day. We even had the sun coming out. And your plant is then the flower. I have here a really, really big one. Look at this, right? I got this kind of, it's really amazing. And I put the scarf, and I didn't think I would put this flower, right? And interesting enough, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big ones, and I have 2 small ones coming here. So I have 6 petals. I mean, how cool is that? And can you see this? Right, so I'm gonna like put this here in the corner so it's not disturbing me in the reading, but it looks so cool, right? And then it really fits with this. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle in front of the camera. I decided that in the last full moon of your full moon in Gemini, I decided to not lay them down anymore. I felt it was like stuck. Oh, your body zones are shoulders, arms, and hands. Like I said, it comes from the heart. And then the organ system are your glands, the endocrine system. So it's very important for you to sweat, Gemini. Okay. Good, let's start the reading. I keep getting this inner marriage, right? Inner marriage, which was Aleister Crowley, right? I keep thinking about what if we love ourselves so thoroughly, so empowered, that we don't really never need someone, we want someone, right? And are able to liberate ourselves through that, and come to a very empowered place. And this is what monks are doing, right? And all these cards, Major Arcana particularly, are giving us a clear understanding of bringing the opposite together, bringing fire and water together. Now the 9 of Wands, right? That's the moon in Sagittarius, and the moon in Sagittarius is this. The moon is always your emotions, right? Like right now, the moon is in your sign, is in this search for love, is in maybe also in the search of this sexual energy, this sexual spark, right? So they always point up to the sky, but we also have in the core of our earth, we have the fire, we have there the lava, the consciousness, right? That sexual consciousness, that heavy sexual consciousness. So the moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is opposite you. Sagittarius is opposite you, and it lets me know that you are looking for a creative, no matter how many times you have tried, and it's even created a fence in front of you, but you're trying the 9th time. Completion. It's connected to the Hermit. It's an inner knowledge that is now coming to you, that you literally like lightning up into. And can you see the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 little dots, right? White ones, that she in a very subtle way put again the number 9 in these 9 white dots. So what is then this one? The fire, that one fire, that number 10, right? The 10 though is not progressing up to the sky. It's always 1 is up in the sky and the 10 is down in the earth. Nevertheless, we feel like we're going up to an enlightenment, right? When we are in the 10, that we have reached a level of understanding. So the 9 of Wands is letting me know that you are awakening. And of course, she's wearing a white blouse. Again, very clear. It's giving me the connection to purity, to light. Look, the sun. Yeah, oh my God. When I say look, the sun, I look in the sun and flipped, and it's you. Hi Gemini, you calling yourself. Look how beautiful. So you are in that light. The light is coming in. Look how amazing the room looks, right? It's like something is enlightening you. Something is bringing you. You want to go up on a spiritual path. You're very clearly working on yourself. Look at this. Look, you have understood something also in creativity, also in sexuality, also in just knowing that this world is all about discovering it, right? No matter how difficult, so no matter how many fences are in front of you, you keep going, right? And I love that about you. And of course you connected with me because we both have Mercury in is ruling us, right? For you, it's ruling you with quick wit, thinking, information, and intelligence, right? You are very clearly I mean, you have a quick wit, that's for sure, right? You have this expression, you have a way of talking, you have a way of sometimes speaking really fast, right? It's coming out of you, right? So he's not having a horse, right? He has the motorcycle, so he's fast, right? And he's like, I'm going, wherever I'm going, right? And I follow that bird, right? And as you can see, he holds the bow and arrow, you know, that's Sagittarius, that's opposite you. That is your connection. That's where you want to go, right? So it's almost like the Gemini wants to go to Sagittarius and the Sagittarius wants to come to Gemini. This is a new thought. So Capricorn wants to go to Cancer, and Cancer wants to go to Capricorn. So this is the connection. Each sign has an opposite sign where they want to go to, where they grow towards. Virgo, here it is, right? So very clearly you are heading for, again, Mercury, right? You are understanding that a Virgo, either Virgo is of course in your life, right? But I don't like to make it so simple, right? For me, it's like, okay, there is inside of you a spiritual awakening, a big spiritual awakening happening, right? There is a solitude that you want to go towards because you literally going here, right? I mean, actually you're not really going there. Otherwise we would see you from the side going this way, right? You're running towards me. I'm like, hey, you're running towards me, and it's letting me know that when you run towards me, it's like, I'm a Virgo. I'm like, hey, I am here, right? I'm here to help you to see that you then can look out, right? You don't have a direction. You give us your back, which is also very interesting, right? With this white hood, you literally, this is again the purity. You can see, right? You are in this purity state, spiritual state, and the light then around you. And here, of course, again, she is dressed white as well, right? And of course, I see it just right now, 9 is connected to the Hermit. So this awakening, this fire, because the Hermit, the original Hermit, is holding the staff. He's holding the wand, which is that sexual energy, that inner sexual energy, connecting it with the light, right? And the wand with the Hermit doesn't have the light or the fire on top. He just holds the wand. On the other hand, he holds the lantern. You have found the alchemical combination of making out of the wand a spiritual, making out of action something that's helping you to reach the enlightenment state, right? Because you're combining it, right? In the Hermit, it's just the wand and the lantern he holds, so they're separate. And usually it's this tantric sexual union within yourself. So here it has arrived, this tantric sexual union within yourself. Four of Wands, and look what's happening. You, Venus in Aries, are celebrating. When you have come to this empowered state within you, this empowered state of knowing your power, right? Through the 2 9s. I mean, 9-9. Already we have a double number, 9-9, right? So you're celebrating because Venus is relationship, Venus is having fun, Venus is about values, but also beauty, right? Luxury. And Aries is a doer, is Mars, right? Is that action, is that courage. You're like, yes, I want to enjoy myself. I don't let nothing block me in this world. No lockdown. I know how to keep myself happy. Two of Cups, right? Again, the 2 of Cups. Remember, when we hold the palms together, when we feel the energies between the right and the left palm, really do this, because you particularly, right, have that connection between fire and water, between fire and water, right? The right side is fire, is Pingala. The left side is the moon, is water, is Ida, right? When we put them together, what do you feel? You gotta really know what you feel when you put them together. Don't just put them together and think about something. Put your full attention into your palms. And feel it. And then you know when you touch your partner, it feels the same. This is the sign that there is someone coming, right? Because you are the lovers. You are the two people. You are these two people. You are the male and the female, and within you falling in love with yourself. Within you falling in love with water and fire. You loving yourself so much that then a soulmate can come. Otherwise a soulmate doesn't come. And a soulmate is not always easy. So first I want you to see this is again a Libra, right? The Queen of Swords. She's up, she's clear. So you, no matter if you're male or female, you are moving to become a queen. You are going further in your spiritual quest so that you can be up here. Here you're running. Here you have that clear thinking. You have that spiritual awareness. However, your background is in your spiritual work. It doesn't matter. You do yoga, you do whatever you do, right? It's whatever religion you come from. It doesn't matter. So you are clearly up, and again up. And of course she's single, right? So you grow from searching into being. Yeah, you're arriving, you're coming towards that which is you, right? This beautiful woman, also an air sign, of course, Libra, right? But you becoming this woman that sits up high, and she doesn't need anybody. A lockdown for her, she's like, yeah, welcome. I'm okay, right? I am a Queen of Swords, right? I can totally get her. I'm like her. So you are becoming now from a knight, you are evolving through the Hermit into the Queen of Swords. And if you're a man, doesn't matter, right? Some men have sometimes feminine qualities within. The two together, male and feminine, is again the Two of Cups. Beautiful. And I really like how she did the Four of Wands, right? Usually that's high time. It's called high time, but we call it marriage. And in German it's called Hochzeit. Yeah, Hoch means high, and Zeit means time, a high time. And in Germany we call, when someone gets married, Hochzeit. And high time, here she painted it like the four wands, like the tent, right? Dancing, enjoying, loving life, right? You have a lot of action. You have 9 of Wands, you have 4 of Wands, and now you have 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is Venus in Cancer, right? And Venus again is relationship, right? Relationship. Both of them are ruled through Venus, right? Venus in Cancer, Venus in Aries. Aries is a fire sign, Cancer is a water sign. So again, it's something that you have understood. The two opposites come together, right? So there is 4, but there's 2 cups, right? Doesn't matter. They divide itself perfectly in 4. So fire and water, you get it. That's why you can sit up there and be like, because all the queens are connected to the water element. Now she's air and water. What does air and water do? Rain or the mist, right? Where sometimes the clouds are forming. So but she is always above the clouds. 5 of Wands, again Wands, right? It's very interesting. You're very action oriented. Yeah, because I mean, you are, of course, someone that likes to do things, right? You're not just thinking, you're also doing. So the 5 is always that card that says, do something with your idea. Create something with this idea. Just not only dance, but also whoever did create a car, it doesn't matter. If you want to create a new car, you can, because your car is different from BMW, from Mercedes, from Ford, from Toyota, from, you get it, right? So your idea, others have worked on it and helped you to climb up towards it. So you know, you understand how to reach to this creative idea, how to climb up to this creative new idea that you want to bring into this world. Don't step on others though, right? Allow everybody to have, this is, sometimes they say it's just, what is it called? Concurrence? No. Oops. I have to check the word. 7 of Swords. Now, 7 of Swords is Jupiter in Aquarius. I'm gonna check really quickly what the word is, because it drives me crazy sometimes to not find. Competition, right? The 5 of Wands is about competition, is about, of course, competing with others, but don't see how he's falling and she literally is like just climbing over him. Don't do that. Just don't do that, because it leads to this, right? The more we do this, see it as a healthy climbing up, right? Because you've been up there, right? And then you got a little bit sidetracked. You had a little bit of fun, right? But now get back, because she's thinking about this idea, right? And she knows that competition is healthy, and don't let yourself be pulled into this kind of type of competition. It's not good. Then here, of course, with the Jupiter is again the Wheel of Fortune, the planet of luck, the planet of wonder, the planet of abundance, etc., etc. So you can mentally leave, right, this action of feeling, or not even feeling, this acting like there's competition. Move forward, right? Because Aquarius is up in the star. He understands, right? Okay, I don't need to be that kind of person. I don't need to think about competition, right? So you allow yourself mentally to get away from that thought, which is good. All right, the sun is setting soon, right? I'm gonna go into the water now. It's getting down to 6.7 degrees. Yeah, it's cold, but again, it's amazing, right? Check Wim Hof, right? If you feel like doing it, amazing. I mean, it shifts your perspective to being a particle, being kind of like a victim, right? And not knowing what life is gonna do to you. So yeah, you are moving, right? So you are action-wise. The competition is there, but you mentally realize, I gotta get away from this kind of thinking. And emotionally, 7, 8, you also go away from this, right? So that you can get to the number 9, so that you can get to the number 9, right? Emotionally, you coming back to walk again to this number 9, to this one thought. Competition, don't think about it, right? Or don't act like there's competition. You moving forward, emotionally you moving forward, because the 8 is Saturn in Pisces. Saturn again is a discipline. You have a discipline to move away from all this emotional blah, blah, right? Going forward, saying no, because 8 always walks to 9. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. 8. And it's all gonna happen really fast, right? This is your movement, right? This is something you familiar with. You familiar with it in your mind, but the 8 is Mercury in Sagittarius. And Mercury in Sagittarius is opposite you. This is where you're going, right? You're going towards Sagittarius, and you understand now, but don't think about it, right? Because you're very much connected to thinking. You're very much connected to this mental activity, right? Because you are the knight. You are pressing forward with that one thought. Now, this is something where you do it, right? You cannot just think. You cannot sit here and only think. You also got to do, meaning 8, 8, right? 8, 8. You going for it. So I want to get one card for just one card. What is after the 8 of Wands? Where is this going? Where are you going? One card. Where are you going? And remember, right, this is an inspiration to maybe look at your life a little bit different, right? Maybe things come up and challenge you in these cards. And it's an inspiration. It's not set in stone. You can do whatever you want. But if you look at this reading, you will be like, I never thought about that. I never thought that this and this could come. Where are you going? To the 4 of Air. Meditation. Oh. This brings you deeper into yourself so that you can really connect to yourself as the 2 opposite energies, water and fire, as the 2 of Cups, right? And when I lifted the deck, underneath is the Ace. That's it, right? We understand now that you clearly have that one thought. You clearly know where you're going. You clearly know, even though this is a spark, but it's also nevertheless it's then an action that you can pick up on, right? And you also see it as that Hermit, right? And again, this is in the center of the 9 cards here right now. And the other cards are outside, right? I always see if they come single, I put them in 9. If they come in packs, I keep them in packs, right? So it's looks a little bit different, the reading. But yeah, you have that clear thought. You turning into an empowered woman. You know exactly what to do. You also know when to walk away from thinking that now this is competition and you need to fight other people. No, never fight other people. Always understand, move away, right? Mentally move away, emotionally also move away, right? And do it really fast. Do it in a split second. Allow every breath to be like a letting go so that the inhale can come back again, right? If you do that, you can go into a meditation, you can live a meditation, and in that living meditation, you are the Two of Cups again, right? There is something coming to you, right? It could be a Libra, it could be another Gemini, it could be a Virgo, right? But it doesn't matter. Of course, because she's coming after, so there could be a Libra in your life, right? So very beautiful when you have someone that's kind of like-minded, still different, right? Look at you, right? Here you are as that twin flame, as that soulmate couple. Sorry, you were first. She is, or he, right? Can be reversed, right? This can be a she, and this can be a he. So there is definitely something very strong, right, in this energy. But there's also, of course, a deeper awareness maybe of this relationship, empowered thinking, right? Because you got twice. I mean, it's soulmate. If you guys together, or it still will come. You are getting ready to go there. You are getting ready to grow up. The understanding of loving yourself is making you grow up. And that growth, right? I said, give me just a general. Then I said, okay, the meditation is bringing that to you. And then you are even loving yourself more. That's it. Amazing. Well, I wish you a happy new year, my dear Gemini. Love you so much. And I see you again when the sun is in the star card. Love and light. Namaste.